Hello and welcome to another podcast of Unisharks. Today I am Lemon Shark. I'll be our host for today, joined by Hammerhead Shark and Mako Shark.
Yo.
So today, before we get into the meme of the week, we're going to talk about business, I guess. So this is the last time we'll be meeting together to record the podcast, in person at least, because these two sharks here are graduating from the university.
Yeah.
I'm going to be stuck behind, but that's okay. We'll get out of here eventually, hopefully.
Yeah, only a few more semesters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't know if we're going to keep the name after you graduate, though, Lemon.
Unisharks alumni, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Alumni Sharks.
We'll
Alumni
pass
Sharks.
down
Oh.
the podcast to someone else and start a new. Okay.
Oh, what, like K-On or something?
Yeah.
Oh, cool, that'd be fun.
Jeez.
But yeah, so that's where we're at. We might keep this going. We'll try and see if we can use Discord or something like that, or Zoom to like record over on the internet. But yeah, so we'll see what happens with the podcast. Thank you all for listening, staying with us this long time.
Yeah. Actually, on a side note, sorry that it's taken us a while to record a new episode. Like, Hammer was out of town about
A week.
about a week, and then last Sunday it was just sort of like, I think you were recovering from traveling.
I think I was out of town too.
Oh, that's right.
You're still out of town, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't come back till Monday, I think. Lied to us.
The Papa Shark need me.
Yeah. So yeah, we're back and we're just figuring out how to do it remotely, which there should be plenty of ways to do that because of COVID.
Yeah, I mean, there's already podcasts that have guests that come on to video and voice recording, but we'll see how it sounds because none of us have high-end equipment. High-end that I know of.
I guess the headphones you have are pretty nice though.
Yeah, the headphones I have are nice. I don't know.
Maybe I'll spend my stimulus check on a mic.
Yeah, it's not bad to do, actually. We'll buy some mics.
That'll be fun. It'll be official.
Yeah, but we'll each have to all get the software and hopefully it works and that one of our internet isn't garbage and we don't cut out and everything.
Yeah.
We'll test run it and make sure everything works.
Yeah.
If you guys know any free good programs, feel free to comment them.
Yep. But yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get to the meat of the subject today. So first of all, meme of the week. So Mako Shark here showed us a really funny YouTube clip. It was like a summary of all of the, what is it called? The new Michael Mouse, or not Michael Mouse.
Michael Mouse. Mickey Mouse shorts. Like, Disney Channel started airing these new Mickey Mouse shorts a few years ago. It's like, it's interesting because it's classic animation from the 50s, but it has the humor and energy of like newer age cartoons, like Adventure Time, just like that kind of lunacy of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of chaos in it.
Yeah, just that sort of weird, sort of chaotic humor that's gotten popular nowadays.
Yeah, it was just really funny. Like the thumbnail was showing like Mickey Mouse with like a really like, what type of expression would you describe it?
He has
Really put off expression.
He has his face like, it's sort of like a what the F kind of face.
Yeah.
So the name of the video is Michael Rodent Shorts that I think about constantly, which made us think because Mickey's probably short for Michael. So.
Yeah. And Mouse is a rodent, so
Yeah.
it makes it even better.
So yeah, the shorts aren't for everybody. My own family, I'm the only one that watches them because I have a really broad sense of humor. Even then, like, I wouldn't say Adventure Time is my sort of humor. I think it's a little too weird a lot of the time. But this one manages to hit the right notes. Like, there was one of the things I like about it is the language the characters speak changes depending on where they are. So, like, Mickey will be speaking Indian in one episode because he's in India, or in Spain he speaks actual Spanish while he's in the running of the bulls. But I think our group favorite has been the Korean one.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that change was really fun, but I would say the a really close one or second would be the code.
Yeah, my personal favorite's the code.
The code?
The code.
The code.
Oh, man.
Yeah. We'll post links. They're pretty easy to find too.
Yeah, I mean, we can't link the actual shorts because they're on Disney Plus. So if anyone that has that, you can look them up. But we can at least share the Michael Rodent compilation. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all check that out. It's pretty funny. But anyways, another thing we did this week, we went to go see a new movie that came out. And the movie was, is it Godzilla versus Kong? Or is it Kong versus Godzilla? I think it's Godzilla versus Kong, right?
Who's more important?
Godzilla.
Godzilla, yeah.
Godzilla. Much as I love Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll be doing spoilers, and we'll be starting it now. So we'll put the timestamps for start and end for this.
Yeah.
So yeah, what you think?
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was super fun. Like, remember how they said Pacific Rim's like either the dumbest fun movie ever made or the funnest dumb movie ever made? It's kind of like that. It's more dumb, definitely, but I'm glad they leaned into that because we don't care about the humans. We don't care about their problems. We just want to see Godzilla and Kong punch each other.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they gave us. That's what they focused on.
And destroy a city while they're at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought it was really good too. I really like the intensity of it. I haven't seen like the movies leading up to this one, except for King Kong. But other than that, like I haven't watched anyone. But it was really fun to like just walk in and just see it all go down because you don't really need to know this background story really. Like there is a background story, but you don't really need to know it to enjoy the movie.
Yeah, you don't need to know it. If you know it though, it's a little fun, kind of seeing like, oh, that.
Yeah, and especially if you're a Godzilla fan. We had one of our buddies who's like a massive Godzilla fan.
Mm-hmm.
Like he has all the movies. We actually watched the original Kong versus Godzilla with him last week. So, and yeah, he loved it. There were so many callbacks he was able to find.
Oh really?
Yeah, we'll probably talk about that a little bit, but I mean, Kong won in the first one.
Yeah, because he got a power up from lightning
Yeah,
for some reason.
he got powered by lightning and he got struck in the face by a lightning bolt and then he got stronger.
I like how the Japanese guy is like, yes, Kong has a chance. Lightning will make him stronger. We were like, what?
Wait, is that the actual narrator or something like that?
It was one of the characters.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh goodness.
But I don't know. What do you want us to say about it?
Well, I really like the CGI. I liked how, like Mako mentioned before, like we don't really care about the humans. I feel like they did a pretty good job of like they served their purpose. Like it wasn't just like mindless violence the whole time. At least it kind of was, but there's still like some good like moments here and there. Like there's this little girl that like has a bond with Khan, and she like teaches him how to sign language, and
Which was really cool.
Yeah.
That was a cool moment.
yeah, it was really cool. It was kind of cool seeing Khan bond with people, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah. And like
There's a couple villains that died. That was really nice, satisfying to watch.
Oh, so satisfying. I loved it.
I didn't really care for what's the girl's name? The Maisie Williams or the 11 character?
Oh, I just remembered her name earlier. Now
Emma?
it's gone. Maple?
Maple?
Millie Bobby Brown.
Well, yeah, that's the actual actor. But what was the name of her character?
Madison or something
Madison.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't care for her character. She seemed like such a bee.
Oh, you think
She's
so?
just a jerk. Like the way she treated everybody around her, she's like she used her friend as like a tool, and like kept giving him crap. Even though like her friend technically saved Khan and Godzilla at the end.
Did he?
Yeah, he hacked into.
Oh, he poured the coffee into the.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
The alcohol, yeah.
But like everyone gives him crap. He's like, oh, you're such a silly guy, like all that stuff, and she's like, oh, I'm such a bad bee, and just like walks all over him. I don't know, I didn't like that.
Well, she
Yeah.
wouldn't get anywhere without him because he took his brother's car.
Yeah, it's like
He paid money to get the information. I mean, like you already mentioned, he saved Kong, but
Yeah, he's the real hero of the story, isn't he?
yeah,
And they gave him crap for drinking tap water.
Oh yeah, like
that was a little funny. But yeah, no, they gave him crap for what he didn't deserve.
It seemed like a lot of the men were always kind of like at the butts of the joke. Or
except
like
for go on.
except for which guy?
Except for the black guy. I don't remember his name, but the black guy.
No, like
He was funny throughout the movie. He was one of the best parts.
Master is pretty funny.
Yeah, he was really funny, and also, I mean, not so much. There was a couple jokes against him, but yeah, there wasn't like any dudes insulting chicks. It was always either a chick
chick
insulting a
insulting
dude or a chick insulting a chick.
Really?
Yeah, now that I think about it.
Yeah, they call the main guy that gets him down there and like revives Khan. Like the little girl calls him a coward, even though he risked his life multiple times for her and her adopted mother. You know.
Yeah, well,
Oh,
that
yeah.
was before.
It was before,
But-
to be fair.
But that was a fun moment, too.
Yeah, that's like my only gripe with the movie though. It seems like they like put like all these guys. They're doing all the work for all these women, but yet they're always being put down, even though they're doing most of the work. You know. It's
To be-
like,
Yeah.
this is like what the heck, man.
To be fair, though... Oh, good.
No, go on.
No, to be fair, though, one of them was a douchey lady. Like, you know, she walks onto the deck. She's like, we have our technology, or we have our whatever
You are everything to
gravity
us.
nonsense, like going. Feel free to admire. Feel free to be amazed or to admire, whatever.
Yeah.
But, you know, she was supposed to be a dick from the beginning.
That's true.
I even said, when she shows up, I'm like, oh, she looks like a dick.
She's gonna die.
Yeah. And she... Oh.
Well, she played her character well.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But,
Like even the heroic women are the ones that are supposed to be the good guys. Like they seem like they get all the credit. Like the Maisie Williams or Madison is her name.
Madison.
Yeah, Madison. I'm not sure where I get Maisie Williams from, but
Isn't that
anyways.
from Game of Thrones?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, my mistake. But yeah, that one little girl, that really good actress. It seemed like it's like I'm so cool. I'm like the hero, but she's the one that bosses around the other guy, and he's the one that gets her the van and like all this stuff. It just kind of bugs me how like she just like walks all over him and all that, you know.
So you're saying Madison is like an obnoxious character that thinks she's a hero, but really she's just the kind of douchey friend that tags along.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, she did lead it, but
Well, she wants to be in control.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, also another point about her was I told Robbie this, our friend. Whatever, we talked about him before, so. But anyways, when she showed up for the first time, they're supposed to be like in high school. They're like 15.
Oh, yeah.
It was interesting though. I was like, huh, she's the only one that's wearing makeup.
Oh yeah.
It was like, why? They're in high school. Every girl that wants to wear makeup will be wearing makeup. There's like 15 other girls in the shot, and she's the only one. I'm like, oh, interesting.
Only the important ones get makeup.
Yeah, I just thought it was interesting that.
Maybe Godzilla wiped out all the makeup, and her dad was able, with his monarch connections, to get her makeup.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
He just hands her like a bottle of Mary Kay, and he's like, 2,000 people died for this makeup. I
Use it
hope
well."
you use it.
Right.
Like I do remember one of the reviews I read for it before we went to see it. They did say it almost feels like they're wasting like these award-winning, very talented actors and actresses, because her dad apparently is also an Academy Award winner or something like that.
Yeah, he's done good roles too.
Good Girls.
Roles.
Oh, Rolls. Okay. I was like, what movie is that? But at the same time, like I said, we don't
focus is on
really
the-
see it for the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, even Pacific Rim, which has a better constructed story, even then, like, I don't remember any of their names. And to be honest, I don't really care.
Yeah, no, I don't remember any of their names either.
I just want to see giant robots punch giant monsters.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure they're there just to, because it's interesting because all the other monster or kaiju films, I guess, if you really want to be specific, weren't really huge, I guess. Like everyone knows Godzilla, and everyone knows King Kong.
Yeah.
And so like a lot of people have seen the movies, but it wasn't something like everyone's like, yeah, look guys, let's go watch King Kong this weekend, you know?
Yeah.
It was, oh, look, I bought King Kong. Let's watch it. It's like, yeah, that was a good movie. But this movie was getting really popular online.
Yeah.
For some reason, compared to all the other ones.
Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
I want to say part of that's just because the trailer was really cool.
Yeah.
And then second of all, it's been 60 years since the original.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
some hype
it's the
behind
first
that.
one, yeah.
And I think it's the power of memes again. The monkey memes.
Oh,
It
yeah.
really is. But I honestly think they felt like they needed to have some well-known actors to bring in the people that weren't the fans of the previous movies or didn't watch them because, you know, it just wasn't as big.
They're kind of there just to look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is kind of fair because, like, I feel like before 2014 Godzilla, like, Godzilla had kind of gotten to the point it was this campy, cartoony, campy comic book style movies. Like if you look at the early stuff, like early 2003, when he kills like a bad CGI version of Zilla.
Oh, yeah.
The bad American one from the 90s.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, and the aliens or whatever that teleported them down, one of them starts like going, ah, like freaking out. It's like, this is super campy in a fun way. But like 2014, they got Aaron Taylor, Tom Johnson, whatever, and Elizabeth Olsen to be in the movie.
Elizabeth Olsen?
Yeah.
Like the Olsen twins?
No, Scarlet Witch.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't know her last name.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's their half sister. But yeah, they got them to be in Godzilla, and then they got Millie Bobby Brown and all these Academy Award winning actors in King of the Monsters, and then they got Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston and John C. Reilly to be in Kong Skull Island, and now all these characters in Kong versus Godzilla.
I mean, there's the clerk, that's his name, from
John Wick.
John Wick.
Yeah, he showed up for like
Yeah.
2 scenes.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's that guy.
Like 5 seconds total.
Yeah. Yeah, I
He's
remember
like really known.
that part. Right?
Yeah. So I think you're right. I think that's part of like how they try to draw people in. That, and I think secretly we all love Godzilla and Kong.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't admit it or think about it very often.
I will admit I didn't really see that many Godzilla movies before. The one that I did watch was Skull Island. I'm pretty sure I watched it on like one of the streaming sites, one of the legal ones.
Yeah.
It was good. I enjoyed it. You know, definitely at least a 7. You know, something you enjoyed and everything, but you're not gonna like sing praises about.
Yeah. And like, I watched Zilla and then from the 90s. I liked it as a kid.
Yeah, I like the '90s one. I'm
never
not
saw
sure
that
how.
one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I'd think of it now as an adult watching it, but I remember as a kid, I thought it was really awesome.
Yeah. And like then the 2014 one came out, and I was like, this is a really fun movie, and it actually has some really cool shots. So I ended up buying that.
Is that the Shin Godzilla?
No, that's it's the first one of the MonsterVerse.
Oh.
Yeah, the first time this new Godzilla shows up. Although Shin Godzilla is actually kind of freaky. That's actually a decent horror movie. So it's about like a Godzilla that rapidly mutates and adapts.
Yeah, and just like takes people's souls. So I don't know. It was kind of weird and like whited eyes. But anyways, going back to the movie, what would you say some parts that like you probably dislike the most? Other than what you were about.
Yeah, that's probably the only beef with the movie. Yeah, I feel like the pacing is a lot better in this movie versus like some of the other like MonsterVerse ones. Like the Kong one, I feel like the Kong one, they're trying really hard to make you care about the characters, and like throw in some cheap humor, I guess.
Yeah.
But this one was just like, I feel like the pacing was just right. Like got just the right amount of monsters and just the right amount of like people stuff. Yeah.
And like, I think the only parts I didn't like was whenever the douchey lady was on screen. Just because she was such a douche.
Yeah. Okay.
The daughter of the mad scientist corporate dude.
Yeah, exactly. But everything else, like, it was so cool. Like, Godzilla getting that axe that's made out of
You mean Kong?
Kong. Yeah.
I imagine Godzilla with an axe.
Yeah. Kong getting an axe made out of ancient Godzillas. Like, and using it to fight Godzilla was super cool. And him, like, shoving it into his mouth like he shoved a tree into to Godzilla's mouth in the original. So, and, like, that one part where his shoulder gets dislocated.
Oh.
And he just, like, rams it against a building, rolls it, and then goes charging in. It's like, this is really cool. And, like, I actually found myself rooting for Kong. Like, I'm a bigger Godzilla fan, for sure. But I was starting to root for Kong just because they kind of humanized him in a way.
Yeah, with like the little girl and all that.
And him learning sign language and learning to communicate.
Yeah. Well, so I had to, I guess, devil advocate here. I don't care for monkeys. I'm sorry. Monkey. But anyways, I don't like that a lot of them, I don't know, they just kind of seem disgusting to me. They're too human, I guess. I don't know. They throw poop at people. Like, well, what's wrong with you guys? Anyways, the memes are pretty funny though. But I kept rooting for Godzilla. Like I loved it when he was going at his chest, and you're like, "Oh no, Kong!" And I'm like, "Yeah, get him!"
Yeah.
Kill that monkey.
Probably my favorite part is Godzilla gets Kong a little bit, like grazes him with the atomic breath.
Oh yeah.
You know, Kong hits the ground, and Godzilla just like smiles and lets out this little evil chuckle. It cracked me up.
I will say I really like the interaction between them, because they are both alphas, and they're fighting for dominance and sort of doing that. But Kong definitely recognizes that if he goes straight on, like takes the blast, like he's through.
Yeah.
Like like he got grazed, and he's like, "Oh crap!" He tried staying away from that, and he used what he could to fight against Godzilla. He did a pretty good job, without having 3 heads or fiery arms.
Yeah. I like that he uses more of his head, like he uses his brain more.
Yeah, I think he does headbutt him too.
Yeah, he headbutts him. There's a part where he throws a crane to distract Godzilla and then jumps on him.
Oh yeah, that was pretty cool.
So it was just a cool fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. But you sadly didn't see the 68 or the 60s movie.
No, I didn't. Lemon Shark didn't see it, by the way.
Yeah. Really, it was a fun movie. They do blackface, but they do it on Asians, and it actually doesn't look that bad until you go right up to their face. And you just see the
Oh yeah,
layer of
Blackface on
paint on them.
Okay.
But I want to ask Mako, if that's okay, host.
Yes, go for it.
What were some of the coinciding instances, I guess?
Like references?
Yeah, the references, thank you. Between the old one and the new one. Like you already mentioned one of him shoving the axe on his throat, like the tree in the 60s one.
Yeah.
Because he carried him with helicopters.
Yeah, they carried him with helicopters.
Which-
That's true.
They carried him in balloons in the first one, but I guess they also carried him in helicopters in another one. Or something like that.
Probably. Might be the 67 Kong
Yeah.
or whatever.
He got powered up by electricity. Kong did.
Oh yeah, he did, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Jeez. So silly. This might be the only ones, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, like they're big references. The one Robbie sent, Bull Shark, because he was there with us too. He watched it. Mentioned stuff like maybe when Kong throws a jet at Godzilla. Maybe that's a reference to the original King Kong movie when he throws an airplane. I don't think so. That's a bit of a stretch, I would say.
Yeah. Huh. I felt like there was more. Maybe I think we just might have forgotten some.
It's possible. I mean, it's been a few days.
Guess we'll have to go see it again.
Darn, we have to go watch it again.
I mean, Godzilla did beat down Kong.
Yeah, I'd say Godzilla won.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you feel about that relationship with them winning and losing type?
I think it's cool because I think how Khan basically put down because the little girl told him to stop. Like the little girl told him like Godzilla's not the enemy. Just like don't fight. Just go fight the Mecha Godzilla.
Spoilers. Sorry.
Oh, so we're doing spoilers. Okay.
Well, we already mentioned that in the first place.
Well, we mentioned spoilers in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
Did we? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're good to go then.
Yeah, because Mecha Godzilla shows up after he beats up Khan, so then Mecha Godzilla's beating up Godzilla, but then they bring back Khan. Yeah, you gotta go watch the movie, guys. Yeah.
Well, and someone, or Bull Shark, pointed out that it's kind of rock, paper, scissors because Godzilla takes down Kong and then starts getting the crap beat out of him by Mecha Godzilla, who's actually bigger than Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then Kong just takes Mecha Godzilla apart with his axe. So,
Well, I kind of disagree with that because it was actually Godzilla and Khan working together for it, and Mecha Godzilla almost had Khan down, like he had the tail about to go into his face. You know, like
That
the little
is
laser
true.
thing. But then the kid we mentioned earlier managed to like break the satellite connection or whatever to Mecha Godzilla, so it paused for a second. Then they both whip up on him while he's paused for a second.
yeah, and like it was cool when. Sorry that I keep saying like. It's a bad habit. It was cool when Godzilla charged up King Kong's axe, and then he just starts like lightsabering through.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
that
Right?
was
through
cool.
Mecha, and then he rips his head off, Mortal Kombat
yeah.
style.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That was
Yeah, I was like,
That was really
Kong!
Fatality.
Fatality.
I can't wait for the health bar one. But I will say, I liked the relationship between Kong and Godzilla. It was, Kong knew that Godzilla beat him, but Godzilla recognized that he would have lost without Kong's help. And so they kind of became more just bros instead of
Foes.
Yeah, instead of foes. I guess they both decided neither of us are alpha, of each other.
Yeah, and it helps that Kong decides to go down to Hollow Earth and just live down there.
Yeah. But going to the boy that got pushed around, I'm glad they didn't make him some computer genius.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you always see these movies where some high schooler is hacking advanced military AI.
Yeah.
And no.
Well, actually, I could disagree a little bit because there's actually cases where a lot of high school students that are just bored will get together and hack hospitals and government stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, as part of my major, so I was going into a lot of podcasts about that. Not to say every single high school student's a genius, but it is a thing, it is possible.
You said it's a group of students or just one?
There's a group of students. So I guess having just one is a little bit unrealistic, but I don't know. It's there's cases where teenagers will get together and screw up things computer wise.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I mean, they made it more realistic, He was I only know HTML, and it's not gonna help anything.
Yeah.
But he's he wasn't entirely stupid though. He got the alcohol, and it's liquid and electronics.
Yeah.
I know that, and did that instead,
Yeah,
and it
breaks
worked.
it.
Yeah.
That seemed like a clever sort of
Solution.
what do you call it? A mockery of those hacking things. I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but back to that though, there's a lot of unrealistic hacking stuff in movies. I've looked into it a little bit, and people are just laughing because I watched a YouTube video about real hacker reacts to hacking scenes in movies. And he just kind of laughs at them. It's yeah, it's not.
That's not how it goes.
It's a lot more boring than in real life than it is in movies.
It always is.
Yeah, there's always a time limit in the movies because otherwise it wouldn't be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's this one show where this one girl is trying to track down this one guy. It's oh no, we're tracking down his VPN. We got 10 minutes until his VPN, or not his VPN, his IP address and all that. And it was really funny. People in the comments were have you also me laughs in VPN. It's just yeah, that was pretty funny.
You can even get free VPNs.
Yeah.
I'm in Hong Kong. It's come find me.
Come find, yeah.
Now I'm in Scotland.
Yeah.
It's I gotta hack into his IP address before he finds out. He's ever gonna know.
Yeah, I mean, Mechagodzilla himself was really cool.
Yeah.
Because, the last time we saw, a modern version of him was Ready Player One.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
That
Yeah.
was a good movie.
I haven't seen that one all the way through.
Yeah, he fights a Gundam.
Oh, really?
Which sounds kind of cool, actually, when you think
That
about it.
would be really cool.
Oh, goodness.
So, wonder who would win an actual fight. Death Battle needs to do that.
It just depends which Gundam, I would say.
True. Although Mechagodzilla, according to them, would beat the Dragon Zord.
I still want to argue that.
I'll show you the video sometime.
Yeah,
You
if it's the broken up form and they're just in the individual forms, I think they would win.
Oh, if they ganged up on him?
Yeah.
Oh, then that's just 5-on-1.
Exactly, but they're not as strong as him. He could easily probably just punt one off, but he still has 4-1, and then 4 of them distract him while the other one comes back and everything. He could do a lot of damage to him, but he has to divide himself between 5 different things.
Oh, yeah.
But altogether, if he just uses one of his atomic blasts, that's really hard to defend.
That was just purely... Oh, that's a whole other discussion, though. Anyways.
Sorry, you're going off topic.
Yeah, I loved how as soon as Mechagodzilla comes out, he just starts raining rockets and all kinds of crap on Godzilla. Godzilla is actually barely able to even get to him because he's just getting hit in the face with rockets over and over, and then starts doing these weird energy punches and kicks, and he was about to kill him full on. He killed the Muto.
I thought it was really cool when Mechagodzilla and Godzilla connected their their atomic breaths together.
Oh
Yeah, and then he just blasts through it.
Yeah.
Definitely a meme.
Oh yeah, definitely meme material. And then
Probably show up again.
I love the part where Kong has one arm and Godzilla has the other, and they just like ram him into a building.
Oh yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah.
Just like final verdict, dumb movie, but very, very fun, and I can't wait to watch it again.
Yeah, I give it an 8 out of 9 or 8 out of 10.
An 8 out of 9. Somehow that's fitting.
But yeah, it's a really good movie. Just looks really good. Cinematography, muy bien.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
Yeah, give it a look if you haven't already. It's actually been getting a lot of press because it's done the best out of the COVID era movies. It's had the best opening.
Yeah, it has.
So, and you know, when we've gotten stuff like Wonder Woman 84 and Raya and the Last Dragon, which is apparently kind of meh, it's really nice to actually have a big blockbuster that's, well, a new release besides the Snyder Cut. So, yeah, it's like, it's good to have a blockbuster back, you know?
Yeah, it's just a very good movie to watch in the movie theater.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like
Yeah.
it's just like one of those movies you go see at the movie theater, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess this is kind of a little thing for theater going overall. It was so much fun being part of a theater again.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when Godzilla first showed up, we're all applauding. And Robbie actually started it.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. I think when Kong showed up, we all started applauding. When they both met, I think we all started applauding. And then when...
They beat down Mecca.
yeah, I screamed out, "Monkey!"
Oh gosh.
Well, like the part where Kong's getting up and the little girl's crying because he's hurt and he's her friend.
Oh.
It was dead silent. And I was just about to go, monkey. But I thought, no, I better not. Not right now.
Not right now. But yeah. But yeah, good movie. Go check it out. And but yeah, so another topic I want to talk about today.
Into spoilers.
Yeah, into spoilers,
Yeah.
into all that. Another topic I was thinking of talking about, I wanted to discuss with you guys is like what movies that traumatized you the most as a child growing up.
Okay. I'll go first.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
So when I was 8, I saw Chucky on TV.
Oh, jeez. What?
I didn't know what it was about. I'm 8. But I hate dolls. I absolutely hate dolls.
Was it the original Chucky or?
Yeah, the original, I think. They throw them as like a fire pit and everything and all that. But I don't remember much about it. I wouldn't mind watching it again. I think it's really stupid. But
Yeah, as a dollar, just like stomp on it. Like I screw you.
just punt it. Get like a bat. Get a golf club. It's like, yeah, it has a knife. You have something like 3 times as long.
Right.
But yeah. So like any doll I'm not scared of. It's just like that style of doll now.
Yeah.
Just like with the glass eyes and everything. Like my mom has one in her closet. It's like, don't move. Every time. No.
It's like that Thomas Sanders thing where he's like, about to see Annabelle? I'm not scared. And then he calls a policeman and he's like, the doll! It moved! Get it!
Get it. Get it.
So, speaking of that, I kind of feel bad for glass dolls. Because it used to be really valuable and kind of, I guess, collectible. Little girls loved them. And then those kinds of movies started coming out. And now everybody thinks they're creepy.
Kind of ruin the
Oh,
image.
but the nostalgia. I don't know. I just feel kind of bad for them because, like, my grandma still loves them.
Yeah, my mom likes them too.
Yeah, so it's like... Same way that memes can save a movie, I guess a horror movie can ruin it. Ruin something, an everyday object, you know? But I guess that's the point of horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that all you wanted to say about it?
Yeah, that was it.
For me, it was The Mummy, which isn't even a scary movie. Just as a kid, it is scary.
No, that is a very creepy movie.
Which Mummy? Is it the original or?
Oh, no, the original's not even reasonably scary. The original's not scary at all, although it is really well done. No, the Brendan Fraser one.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
I loved that one
90s.
growing up as a kid.
No, they are
course.
fun.
It's
They are
super
fun, yeah.
Yeah, now that I'm older, they're just fun.
Yeah, it is pretty freaky. Yeah, when you first watch it.
Yeah, like I remember my oldest sister had to comfort me
Oh, really?
because I'm getting ready for bed, and for whatever reason she's like walking me to my room. I don't remember why, but I was just like, I'm scared the mommy's going to swim across the ocean and get me.
Oh.
She's like, oh, don't worry. I think he'd get swept away in the currents or something like that,
Oh.
you know? So, but I mean, at least that one had a solid ending where he dies. Well, then they came out with the sequel. But then, at least he dies, you know, and that's the end. It's not like some horror movies where, he comes back and out of nowhere. So, yeah, that got to me, especially, I felt so bad for the first guy that gets his eyes taken.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And later when they track him back down to finish the job and he's just crying and like unable to see, like, no, please. I'm like, this poor guy.
All right.
And the other guy, like, you don't see what happens to him, but you just see him get lifted up in the air, his
The
shadow,
silhouette, yeah.
you know, and he gets shriveled up. I was like, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah.
What is it? The first one where a guy like sticks his arm in a wall and comes out his bone.
That's the second one.
Second one? Okay.
It actually happens on the Universal ride, too.
Oh, it does?
People get to do that.
Yeah, that happened to me. No, I mean, I was talking about the shriveling. You get to what you think is the end of the roller coaster. Like, this lady appears in the control compartment thing box. She says, all right, thanks for coming. And all of a sudden, the lights turn out.
Oh, no.
Like, all you see is her silhouette, and it shrivels up. I was like, no, the poor lady. And then it shatters, and the mummy's there in her place. And then the ride keeps going.
Dang.
It's really clever, actually.
That is clever, but kind of creepy.
It's brutal.
Yeah, exactly. It was brutal. I was like, that cute brunette.
I will. So I don't know if you watched this with us, Mako. It was The Ring.
Oh, yeah, I watched that with you guys.
Okay,
I haven't seen that with you guys now.
it was the PG-13 one, because I think The Grudge is the R one.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah, but anyways, like when you brought up it's like, oh, they won, and it's like, haha. That's what I felt like when the end of The Ring.
The Ring was such a good movie until they did that. That pisses me off to this day. All wrapped up, ready to go, and then, she's not done yet. I'm like, why not?
Yes, like her soul went away, went up to wherever it needs to go,
And the mom. Well, there's nothing against her. What I'm saying is the mom says, yeah, we helped her, and then the kid goes, you weren't supposed to help her. Then what was the point?
Right.
Why did they do all that?
I know, like,
What were they supposed to do?
the Ghostbusters, like.
Oh, exactly. Just grab the Ghostbusters. That
That'd
would
be
have been a
great.
good twist.
Yeah.
That would be really funny, actually. It becomes a comedy the last 10 minutes.
That'd be quite the twist. Yeah, I guess for me, there's two movies that really screwed me up that I remember really well. So the first one is Jaws. So
That is a good movie.
yeah, it's really good now. I like it now, but as a kid, like when I growing up, I was really obsessed with like sharks, and I really loved sharks. I got a bunch of shark merch. My parents got me a bunch of shark stuff. I had shark sheets. I even had like a shark mirror on the wall. But yeah, after I watched that movie, like it screwed me up so much. I remember I was feeling so scared to like even go near the toilet because I thought the shark was gonna like pop up. After like a couple of years after that, like I couldn't even take baths.
Really?
Yeah, I remember just being in water just gave me such anxiety. I was like, it's gonna get me,
yeah.
Dad. It's gonna get me. And then Dad's like, is there like 2 inches of water right here? Like, there's no way a shark could fit in there. Like, I don't care, Dad. It's the thought that's of it,
That counts.
And you said this was when you already had a bunch of shark toys and
Yeah, it's kind of sad too. I remember I started hating sharks after that movie,
oh.
and it kind of reminds me of like what you said earlier about how some horror movies would kind of give some stuff a bad image.
Yeah.
Like sharks are dangerous. Like you should be careful with them, but they're not like monsters like the movie portrayed. Yeah, I never feel bad. Like I had this really fun like rubber shark toy that I liked,
Yeah.
and I freaking burned it.
No, what?
Well, it wasn't all my idea though. My brother is a pyromaniac. He was
of
like,
course.
let's burn it. And I was like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, sure.
I remember my brother would chase me with that shark toy, and I would be scared of it.
Oh.
So then, but anyways, another movie that really screwed me up too was called The Ghost in the Darkness.
I don't know that one.
So it's based off a true story that happened in Africa. So this one British dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You mentioned this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I read an article on it too.
Oh, you did really?
Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, it's very intense. Like I think the thing that screwed me up was that knowing it was true, it actually happened. So this British guy goes down to Africa because the British were trying to build like a bridge across some place to like colonize Africa and all that. And this guy in charge of the thing, like they brought in a bunch of like laborers from India and like Africa and all that to work on it. But these two lions decided to like, there's a bunch of people out there, free real estate.
Oh,
you know?
yeah,
For real estate.
So they just like hunt down a bunch of people every once in a while, and then they try to hunt down the lions, but the lions are apparently evading a lot of the traps, and it's just really freaky. Like watching the movie, like there's this one scene where this guy goes to bed in a tent, then all of a sudden you see him just getting dragged out of the tent, and the lion drags him away, and he's just screaming. I remember my family. I was watching that as a kid. I think I was like 6 or 7, and I remember that when that scene came up, my mom took me. Was like, "Hey, let's go upstairs." And I can still hear the screaming though. So I was like, it's even worse because like I didn't see what's happening, but I can still imagine like what was happening.
Yeah.
So it's pretty freaky, but yeah, it ends up it's a pretty good, pretty interesting story. I'd check it out. It was made in the 90s too, so they used a lot of like
Puppets.
puppets. And I was looking at the videos, and apparently there's like they used real lions, like circus trained lions for it. So it's even more real. But I remember I was terrified of being alone after that. And at the time I watched it, I was living on my dad's farm, and there's like a huge field next to where I lived. So I was like, in the movie, there's a big field of grass the lions would sneak around in. So every time my mom would tell me to go pick up the mail, I'd always think, there's a lion going to get me.
Oh, jeez.
So I remember I walked out with a knife, being like, I gotta defend myself a little bit.
Better than nothing.
Right.
What have we got there?
A knife. No.
Good.
But yeah, I remember I even watched that movie because I remember I used to hate like horror films all my life. Then I turned 19 and I was in college. I was like, you know what, let's revisit these movies. And I watched Jaws.
Jars.
I watched Jaws, and I watched The Ghost in the Darkness again, and it kind of like brought back a lot of memories, and I kind of like felt scared again even. Like I was scared to sleep by myself because there's also another scene where like it shows this guy going to sleep. Then he wakes up and the lion's right there.
Oh.
And it just like chomps down on his face. So every time I would go to sleep, I'd think about like, well, if it's a lion right there right now. But I think the ones that freaked me out the most as a kid were like the ones that like were somewhat possible, like the one with like sharks and like lions. Like those are real things in the world that are kind of creepy. But like I loved Alien and Predator.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, I love those movies. I was more intrigued by them than scared by them as a kid.
Yeah, or just like creature features. Just
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, those are the movies that traumatized me the most.
Yeah, they did eventually catch those lions and kill them, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they found a den where like there's remains of like over 100 people in it. So like those lions, there's like a specific breed of lions in that one type of Africa that actually like targeted humans. The thought of that just freaked me out. Imagining like being a person and like face off against a lion, there's like not much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there was a guy that killed one by ripping its tongue out.
Really?
Yeah, it might have been a mountain lion, now that I think about it. But somewhere, some guy got attacked by a big cat, and as it was like trying to bite him, he suddenly shoved his arm like as far down its throat as he could.
Oh dang.
Just like ripped its tongue out, and it died.
Oh dang.
Yeah.
You-
Apparently that. Oh, good.
No, go on.
Fatality.
Yeah, apparently if a lion is, or just any predator is on top of you and you don't have any other options, they take this with a grain of salt. I just read this somewhere in a magazine or somewhere, I don't know. But apparently what you should do as a last resort is just shove your arm into its mouth as far as possible, because then it'll start choking and gagging, and it'll be like, well, F this, and try to get away from you.
Yeah, no, I would say that too, but you would have a lot of scar tissue in your arm.
Yeah.
But then again, you probably would live. So is it worth it?
Yeah.
You have a cool story too.
Yep. But yeah, well, I guess that concludes our last podcast of the year, together at least.
Yeah, physically.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks to you all for watching today or listening, I guess, and we'll see you next time, maybe.
Oh, well, I did want to share a few minutes on graduation, I guess.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Never mind. Fast forward.
Yeah, it's... I don't know. I don't want to get too personal about it, I guess, but yeah, it's kind of like in the back of my mind, this is the last week of college I'll ever have.
Unless you want to get a master's, but yeah.
Yeah, unless I get a master's, but no, I mean, I just remember, and I think I mentioned it in another podcast, my sister said when you go to college, you go just as much for the experience as for the degree, and I think that's been really true. It's, came here, made a bunch of friends, including you guys. So, and
No.
Sorry, we're all patting each other on the back now. Yeah. No, but I mean, everything's got to come to an end, but bright side is because of technology, we can still communicate with each other. Like, distance isn't an issue. So, and we'll figure out a way to keep doing this every Sunday. So that'll be a fun way to keep in touch.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah, I don't know. I've been pretty lucky, I guess, lack of term. He usually doesn't hit me until like the day after.
Yeah.
Like with high school graduation, I'm like, oh yeah, and the day after, I'm like, oh yeah,
I
don't have to anymore. It's kind of weird. It's definitely that phase of what now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Me and Lemon here, we're still gonna play Dead Space.
Oh yeah.
During the break right after.
That'd be fun.
Because we've been planning to play Dead Space 3 together for a month.
Yeah, since last year or something. Or when did it come on sale?
I don't remember, but we went and played through 1 and 2.
I think it was like last semester we were playing because it took me forever to get through Dead Space 2.
And then you lost all your save files.
I just binged through it in 2 days.
That's so hard to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I just get more nostalgic.
Yeah.
I'll just miss these days
Yeah.
because it's a lot easier. Life is a lot easier.
Yeah. It's like Andy from The Office said, they say, like, they talk about the good old days. The problem is, like, recognizing when you're in the middle of them.
Yeah, it's definitely true. I feel like even though I'm not graduating, I still feel like it's kind of closing out a phase because like I've lived with you guys for like since 2018, so almost like 3 years.
Beginning of 2018, yeah.
Yeah, so like 2.5, 3 years somewhat. So it's kind of like wow, a big chunk. Spent a big chunk of our lives together, you know.
Yeah.
It's
And,
been
like,
great. It's been good.
Yeah, and like I actually, Hammer got me more into music.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Never really told you about that, but yeah, because Hammer's always listening to like game music and all these different things. I'm like, it's actually pretty good. I should start listening to music. So I did, and then one of the shows we watched was about music a lot.
K-On?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm like watching it. I was like, you know what, music's pretty good, and I like those cassette tapes. I should start looking into that. And eventually, that got me into vinyl records. So now I've been listening to those. I just bought Beatles #1 last week. So, and then Hammer taught me that horror movies can be fun. And so,
You mean Lemon?
whatever his name is.
This shark over here.
Yeah, Lemon.
I don't think we watched horror movies our first year together.
Until
Yeah.
I showed up.
Because then we watched Alien and Silent Hill and Aliens.
I think we watched Silent Hill. No, we watched it when we went back down in the basement.
Yeah, Silent Hill was on my birthday. I remember.
Yeah, why did you choose that?
It's like, I feel like watching a horror movie. Like, let's pick that one. Like, sure, let's go for it.
Oh, excuse me.
Sorry if you hear us making noises, like popping my knuckles and all that.
Yeah, that was a hiccup. Yeah, so
Yeah, you're like the first roommates I had that I actually shared like my interests with. Like
yeah.
before, I kind of just kept to myself. But like I noticed you guys are into the same type of like stuff. Like not exactly the same. Like we all have different tastes. Like Hammerhead's more into anime. Like I'm more into like horror, and Mako's into whatever you're into.
Mako's a weird one.
Like you're into Star Wars and all that stuff. But yeah, it's kind of fun like seeing like extra guys. Like I can actually kind of be myself around.
Yeah,
That's kind of fun.
yeah. And like one of the fun things is my dad would tell me, like I'm so happy when like you're with me or when I see you with your roommates because you're so much happier than you are around your sisters. Yeah. So.
Wow.
But yeah.
You want to say goodbye again?
Goodbye. Sure. I'll still be here. I'll still be the Unishark while you two be the uni alumni. But
Yeah.
I'll see you guys hopefully soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully I'll graduate. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, hopefully we'll see you guys again. We'll figure something out on Discord or whatever. But yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yeah, we'll
Alright.
hopefully we'll figure it out by this upcoming Sunday. If not, the following.
Yeah.
We still got to graduate.
I haven't graduated yet. Then yeah,
I know.
still a chance. Just bomb your classes.